That's the mausoleum. What the is that?
Where? Which one?
There is somebody over there with a flashlight. What the is that?
Me bajé los pies.
They've all got guns and shit. They got their rifles. Like a sniper.
Venturing into the woods alone at night can be terrifying. But what happens when you encounter someone or something you'd rather never meet? Tonight, we're diving into the 6 most disturbing encounters ever recorded. These clips will make you think twice about ever stepping into the woods alone again. Let's dive directly into this first disturbing encounter. This horrifying encounter was experienced by Joe and Elliot, 2 seasoned explorers you might know from their channel, Ghost Theory. Known for their fearless investigations into the paranormal, they've ventured into some of the world's most haunted locations. But this time, they took things to a whole new level. Not only were they exploring an abandoned building, but they also planned to camp overnight, an idea that would soon spiral into a nightmare. It's June 1st, 2024, a warm summer evening. Joe and Elliot set out for their latest adventure, an abandoned mental asylum deep in the UK countryside. The asylum, long forgotten and surrounded by a haunted forest, has stood abandoned for over 30 years. The site's tragic history is chilling: harrowing conditions, untimely deaths, and rumors of restless spirits. But little do they know, it's not the ghosts they need to be afraid of. As they trek through the woods, the asylum looms into view, casting an ominous shadow. A strange, chilling feeling creeps over them, but excitement keeps them moving forward. They wander through narrow hallways and crumbling walls before finally finding what seems like the perfect spot to camp.
We have found our camping spot.
I hope you're not scared of heights.
No, see, I'm not afraid of heights, but I am afraid of the sudden stop after the plummet of falling.
Yes.
Well, anyway, so we've decided actually that due to the amount of dust and everything, we thought it'd be best to go somewhere where there's quite a lot of ventilation, and where better than outside.
So we're going to the Holiday Inn, just down the road.
Yeah. So basically, we are going to be camping on this lovely roof area.
As they set up their tent on the roof and settled inside, everything seemed almost peaceful. But they weren't here for a relaxing camping trip. No, they were here to explore. They decided to take a walk through the building, searching for the most active room to leave their camera equipment and see if they could capture paranormal evidence while they were away. However, before they could even begin, the disturbances started.
Now, you kind of want to find the areas that's going to cover like all rooms, corridors, and most open spaces.
But it's also finding the areas that have got the most going on. If we go somewhere and there's constantly activity or something there, you know, to leave a camera there. But we also haven't ever really had a good look around this building.
No.
So,
Just soaking in the atmosphere. Hello? Is anybody here that can hear us?
Soft footsteps echo from the lower levels of the building. They call out, but there's no response. The silence was heavy, leaving them to wonder, was someone downstairs, or was it just their imagination? As you might know, Joe and Elliot aren't easily frightened, so they brushed it off and ventured deeper into the building. But it didn't take long before they were met with sounds that made it unmistakably clear. They were not alone.
Did you hear that? No. Okay, listen.
That's people.
Faint voices could be heard coming from the lower floors of the asylum, accompanied by the sound of objects being thrown around. Joe and Elliot mentioned that they're usually not too afraid of encountering other people in these buildings, but this time something felt off, and their instincts were right. They quietly made their way to the upper floors, hoping to stay unnoticed by whoever was lurking below.
That was really weird though.
It was like it was people, but then just went.
But they're just throwing stuff around. Were they? They were like throwing things into the building and shit.
Are they out there?
I can't see them.
I can hear them. Yeah, I don't like it. They were quiet.
Because it's not like people have just like come in,
They've not
having a
come
look
in
around.
chatting and stuff either.
Yeah, there's just random things got thrown about.
Yeah.
From like multiple angles.
Unsettled, they sit in silence, lights off, and switch to night vision mode, straining to listen and pinpoint where the people might be. After 5 agonizing minutes of complete darkness and silence, they decide to move to the other side of the building, hoping to catch a glimpse of whoever is out there. But what they see is beyond terrifying.
1 minute! Yeah.
What the fuck? Did you catch them?
They were in army gear. There's 2 of them.
Have they got weapons?
Yeah. They've all got guns and shit.
Are they coloured guns?
Hey?
Are they coloured guns?
No.
Proper like black.
They're proper rifles. Like they're stood like this. They're like this long. They're air rifles. I don't know.
Fucking kidding. Like the proper pellet rifles.
They're fucking, they're rifles. Like a sniper. He's got a full fucking helmet on and everything.
That's illegal.
But there's 2 of them sat down there where the entrance is.
That's illegal though.
The boys are frozen in fear as their seemingly peaceful camping experience spirals rapidly into a real-life horror movie. They stand motionless, unsure of what to do, knowing that one wrong move could cost them their lives.
Get down!
I don't know what they're doing. There's quite a few of them.
How many roughly?
I've seen 4.
For fuck's sake.
And they all have guns. Well, not guns, but...
It's clear they are not safe, and the uncertainty of the group's intentions only makes the situation more terrifying. What adds to the unease is the fact that this mental asylum is located in the UK, where firearms are not allowed, making the encounter feel even more sinister.
We need an actual plan, not just a, hi. Do you know what I mean? I feel like we need to put the stuff away, minus these.
Let's go. That's the first plan.
So we've got movement.
Yeah.
And so they did. They packed up their cameras and decided to document everything on their GoPro in case anything happened. With the uncertainty of what lay ahead, they made their way through the building, abandoning their tent and focusing on one goal: making it out alive. Little did they know, this was just the beginning of the terror that awaited them.
What the fuck was that?
What the fuck?
Like a fucking machine gun.
Hello?
Is that a voice? Is that a fucking angle grinder? If there's someone here, okay? But if there's someone here now, there's a voice, isn't it?
It's...
As they made their way to the other side of the building, unsettling voices pierced the silence. Once again, they called out, but no response came. Were these people playing a prank, or was something more sinister at play? Not wanting to find out, they stood still, listening carefully, determined not to give away their position. But then, the sounds began to close in around them.
This is some horrible fucking shit. What the fuck are they doing? That's very fucking loud. I don't know what the fuck to do. I do not know what the fuck to do. Is that outside? What? Is that outside? Shit, fuck. Fuck this. Fuck this. Fuck this. What the fucking hell is that?
Loud, unsettling bangs echoed through the building, but they couldn't pinpoint exactly where the sounds were coming from, adding to their growing terror. Why were these people making so much noise? And what were they doing? Elliot and Joe were at their wits' end, unable to think clearly or decide their next move. All they knew was that their only option was to get out. They ventured further, navigating through the eerie, decaying hallways, unsure when the people might strike. But then, it became terrifyingly clear that the armed people were dangerously close.
Is that the end of that corridor? Is that the end of that corridor? Oh, Ben's upstairs still. We need to fucking get out of here. What's going on? We need to get out. We should go. Stop happening. What? They're nicking the shit.
Footsteps close in, coming from all directions. Joe and Elliot were paralyzed with the chilling thought that the armed people were nearby. They quickly turned off their lights once again, trying desperately to pinpoint exactly where the sounds were coming from.
Get your fucking tools and everything. Why are they making noise?
The loud noises betrayed the armed people their true position. Joe and Elliot knew it was now or never. Without hesitation, they spirited away, choosing safety over confrontation.
Have we got everything? Not the tent. No, fuck the tent.
They fled the building, abandoning their tent, and ran into the darkness outside.
People turn up with guns. Whatever guns, whether they're airsoft, air rifles, whatever, I have no idea. And then whack out with some fucking angle grinders.
But the thing is,
he heard his name, whatever, so whatever, have you got the ladder? So they brought fucking ladders in and everything.
how
I don't know.
did they get past?
There are multiple ways into that building.
Yeah.
We must have literally walked around the outside when they came in the other side.
Okay.
It has to have done.
As they made their way into the woods, adrenaline pumping, they began to process what had just happened, realizing how lucky they were to have escaped unharmed. Once they reached their car, they jumped in and began the 6-hour drive home. During the drive, unsettling questions lingered in their minds. Who were those people? What were they doing there? And most terrifying of all, what were their true intentions? When they uploaded the footage to YouTube, viewers were shocked and deeply concerned for their safety. This life-threatening encounter could have ended tragically. Luckily, they made it out alive, vowing never to return. And honestly, who could blame them? Did you find this encounter disturbing already? Then brace yourself for what you're about to see next. This chilling encounter was captured by Franco, a beloved YouTuber you may know from his channel, Franco TV. On his channel, Franco takes viewers on eerie explorations of America's most haunted locations. Known for his fearless approach, he doesn't back down from a challenge. But this time, he would face something even he wasn't prepared for. It's July 13th, 2024, a warm summer evening, and Franco is venturing out to camp overnight in a cemetery in Chile. This particular graveyard is notorious, not only for being haunted, but also for frequent break-ins at night, where people steal items from graves. It's not the kind of place anyone would want to be alone after dark. But that's exactly what Franco is about to do.
Got it. I have access to a cemetery. It is ridiculously hard to find an accessible graveyard at night, especially in Chile. But luckily enough, I got to know somebody who knew somebody who was eventually able to give me access to getting to this location. I am in a huge graveyard behind me. This is nothing. It goes on forever. However, it is extremely dangerous being towards the back because people come through here all the time robbing and stealing and stuff. And the problem with this location is that the law doesn't protect me here. So it's hard to defend myself when if I do defend myself, I go to jail, directly to jail. So hopefully nothing bad happens. I'm not sure what the universe has for me in store for this location. But that being said, let's get into the video.
Franco managed to arrange legal access to the graveyard, which is usually locked at night to keep out intruders with sinister intentions. He makes it clear that this graveyard is not a safe place, but he's ready to explore and see if he can make contact with any lingering spirits. Little does he know, spirits are not the only things he'll encounter.
Running through the cemetery and shadows, pretty much shadow people. Everything that you would see in a graveyard at night technically happens here. Look at that. I don't even know what the hell that is, but that scared the hell out of me. Apparently these are built all through the graveyard as well. And I feel like it's just built just to scare the hell out of you. think that's a statue. Jesus Christ, that is horrifying. Yeah, that's a statue. Look at this. Is that creepy or what?
A life-size statue stands near a grave. For a moment, Franco thinks it's a person, sending chills down his spine. These statues are meant to deter grave robbers, but their eerie appearance makes it impossible to tell if they're a real threat or just creepy decorations.
Every now and then it sounds. Alright, I gotta stay focused because very easily my own mind will confuse me. And, yeah, my own mind will confuse me, and then I end up looking around the whole time and it might be nothing. Well, that's all part of doing this alone because you freak yourself out half the time. It's all in your head sometimes. Being able to distinguish the difference is the challenge.
Venturing deeper into the cemetery, Franco feels a growing sense of unease. He knows he needs to stay calm and think logically to avoid freaking himself out. But as he admits, it's difficult when you're all alone in a place like this, and even harder if you know what's about to happen. He sets up his ghost equipment, and that's when the first strange occurrences begin.
Is that you making noises around me? It is so dark here. There's no moonlight, so I don't really have any chance of seeing anything unless I have an IR light. Chance of seeing anything unless I have an IR light. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but I'm hearing some random stuff.
Sounds of children's laughter and faint voices come through the equipment, leaving Franco confused. The air had been eerily silent, but as soon as he started using the ghost equipment, the noises around him grew louder and more intense.
Trying to see if there's anything significant about being in this room. Why they would run in here.
No, I won't.
I don't know if you guys just heard that, but I just heard a giggle. That sounded like a laughing. Oh, that was creepy. I just literally heard a laughing. Why they would run in here.
No, I won't.
As Franco asks questions through the equipment, unexplainable laughter erupts nearby. Could the rumors about the cemetery being haunted be true? But just as quickly as the sounds began, the equipment went silent, as if whatever was trying to communicate had suddenly vanished. After waiting for 10 minutes, Franco decides to put the equipment away and continues deeper into the graveyard, still confused by the strange sounds he had heard. Little did he know, this was only the beginning of a night filled with unexplainable events.
There's so many noises everywhere, it's hard to tell. Like anyone could just walk up on me right now. And I would think it's just part of the surrounding sound, so I don't know. Oh my god, my imagination's going wild right now. What the hell was that? Hear that? That sounds like something moving for sure. Literally in front of me.
Franco feels a growing unease, a creeping sensation that he's not alone out here, and his instincts couldn't be more accurate. But before we get to that, something truly chilling happens. As he walks across the grass, he spots a birthday balloon swaying eerily in the night breeze. Trying to shake off the tension, Franco begins to sing, and what happens next is absolutely horrifying.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Holy something just hit the balloon. The balloon just moved kind of chaotically right now.
The balloon moved, as if touched by something unseen. Franco scans the area with his flashlight, trying to find an explanation, but there's nothing. No hard wind, no movement, no one around him. The unease grows heavier. First, the voices, and now this. Feeling increasingly vulnerable in the open field, he decides to move on, hoping to find some sense of safety. But safety is far from what he finds. As Frank ventures deeper into the graveyard, he switches his camera to night vision mode and sits in the darkness, attempting to make contact with any lingering spirits while staying hidden from potential grave robbers. And that's when his camera captures something truly disturbing.
Is there anybody standing next to me? Over here is that creepy statue. Let's see if I can find it. Right there. Oh my god, that is horrifying. I just noticed that she's got a Catholic necklace. It's just creepy on thermal. Everything on thermal is creepy. Is there anybody that would like to communicate with me tonight? Now's the time to talk. What the f is that? I just picked something up on thermal. And I don't even know what the hell it was.
Did you see it? Let's replay it for you.
Now's the time to talk. What the f is that?
A black, shadowy figure moves between graves before vanishing. Franco notices movement up ahead, but can't make out what it is. He switches to heat mode to see if it's a person. What he discovers, however, is far more disturbing.
Hold on, I'm going to change spectrum. I'm now in a different spectrum. I want to see if it gives off any thermal heat. I'm not seeing anything. What the hell was that? Whatever it is just stopped right over there and it's kind of hiding. I just switched back, and what is creepy is that whatever the hell I just seen, I want to see if I can see it again, stopped right over here. It was something black.
Nothing appears on the screen. Was it someone hiding from him, or did he just capture a ghost on camera? Determined to find out, he cautiously walks toward the grave where he saw the figure, but when he arrives, there's no one there. Uneasy, he quickened his pace, heading toward the other side of the graveyard in search of safety. Yet the thought lingers in his mind. He's not truly alone out here. Eventually, he arrives at a section of the graveyard that feels different. More decorated, almost peaceful, yet undeniably eerie. He ventures further, his flashlight fixed on the graves ahead. And that's when something shocks him to his core.
This whole place is decorated to the teeth. Hola. Oh, fuck. Holy shit. Well, that's what's making that noise. Why would you do that? They put a picture and it looks like somebody was just hiding right there. I still thought it was a person. Jesus Christ. That is so messed up. They put a life-size picture of this kid and that scared the hell out of me. I thought somebody was just hiding right behind me. That literally got me to my core right there. The thing is that even though I saw it and it scared me, I was expecting for me to just fight it for some reason. It was just a piece of cardboard. I'm sorry, I don't mean anything, but you scared the hell out of me right now.
A life-sized cardboard cutout of a person stands by a grave, likely the boy buried there. But who would do something like that? The sight sends a chill down Franco's spine, making him even more uneasy and cautious. Trying to calm his nerves, Franco reminds himself of his goal to stay all night. Yet this graveyard feels overwhelming. He decides to move to a more secluded part of the cemetery, hoping to catch his breath and muster the courage to continue exploring. Little did he know, what he was about to encounter there would drive him to flee the graveyard entirely.
I have to turn this flashlight off. Holy, I really hope you guys heard that. That was freaking terrifying.
A loud yell pierces the silence, a clear sign that Franco is not alone out there. He cautiously ventures toward the source of the noise, which leads him to an old mausoleum standing apart from the rest of the graves. And that's when he sees it.
And that's the mausoleum. What the is that? I just seen someone sitting there.
He sees it again, a shadowy figure moving as if trying to stay unseen. Could this be the same figure he saw earlier? Let's replay the footage.
That's the mausoleum. What the is that? That's the mausoleum. What the is that?
Convinced of what he saw, Franco decides not to take any chances. Choosing safety over confrontation, he slowly backs away from the scene.
Yeah, I'm not going back there. Back there is too dangerous. There's a lot of people back there. But I definitely seen something black. I'm pretty sure that's where the sounds of the screams are probably coming from. I'm pretty sure that whatever that was probably most likely the same lady or the same thing that I seen crossing the road the last time and that walked in the middle of the road. And it was probably trying to draw my attention because I came in here and I did shine my flashlight a couple of times, especially for the balloon.
Realizing it's too dangerous to stay, Franco abandons his plan to spend the night. Unsure of the intentions of the shadowy figure and whether more people might be involved, he quickly leaves the cemetery, stepping into his car and driving to a nearby hotel, seeking safety and a chance to process what happened. When he uploaded the footage to YouTube, viewers were shocked by his harrowing experience. Franco admitted that the events of that night still haunt him. Was it a person playing tricks, or is the graveyard truly haunted by a powerful demonic presence? Perhaps we'll never know the truth. Fortunately for Franco, he made it out unharmed, but he has vowed never to return to that graveyard again. This video serves as a haunting reminder to always stay aware of your surroundings, especially when you're alone. However, you'll witness the same mistake unfolding in the next video. This horrifying experience is captured by Doug, a YouTuber you might recognize from his channel, Fear Fanatics. Doug is no stranger to outdoor adventures, whether it's searching for mythical creatures like Bigfoot, spending the night in haunted locations, or simply enjoying the peace of nature on a camping trip. Typically, he is joined by friends, but this time, Doug decided to take things up a notch and decided to venture out alone. It's November 16th, 2024, a cold, rainy winter evening. But the dreary weather doesn't deter Doug from heading out on an adventure. His destination? East Fork State Park in Ohio, a forest he's visited a few times before. But little did he know that this experience would make him vow never to return to that forest again. As night falls, Doug decides to venture into the forest, hoping that the late hour will ensure he's the only one there. Armed with his camera, he begins documenting his experience. After parking his car, he sets off along a trail, searching for the perfect camping spot for the night. But less than 5 minutes into his exploration, he encounters a chilling sign that he is not truly alone in the woods.
Okay, there's the light, guys. I'm gonna turn my light off. Do you see that light? Now, I don't know if that's, I'm so glad it's back on. I don't know if that's a street light. If that's a street light, I'm gonna feel like a fool. But I swear to God, it was off not too long ago, and now it's back on. And I don't really know what I should do. I feel like it's moving, but it could be the leaves on the trees just like swaying and like making it appear to be moving if it's a street light. But I'm gonna keep, and it looks like it's getting brighter, bro. This is freaking me out because I'm in the middle of the woods, dude. I'm gonna have to go down there though because this is the way to the first sight, and I swear it's moving, bro. I'm thinking there could be somebody camping down here because it is free. It's free camping, guys. And the only thing I'm worried about is like I don't want them to think I'm sneaking up on them if it's somebody, because that could freak them out, you know? And it's because, like I said, it's 1:30 in the morning, but I think you guys can see that light. I just don't know if it's like an actual, there's no street lights out here in the park. That's what's freaking me out, guys. I'm gonna keep going, I guess.
A light shining faintly deeper in the woods. At first, he assumes it might be a street light, or maybe another camper. But then, he remembers how far he is from the nearest road. Why would a street light be visible here? The thought unsettles him, but Doug, being the fearless adventurer he is, decides to investigate. He presses on, heading straight toward the light. Yet, just as he draws closer, the light suddenly vanishes.
The closer I get to it, the further far away it looks, bro. This is so weird. This is not the way to start a solo camp, dude. This is what I was talking about in my live, that I didn't want to get something in my head and not be able to get it out of my head. So I'm gonna sneak closer. All right, so the light that was up there is now gone again.
Doug freezes. He's now certain it wasn't a street light. Was it another camper who saw his flashlight and turned theirs off to stay hidden? The unsettling possibilities race through his mind. Not wanting to give away his position, Doug switches off his flashlight and carefully chooses a trail, heading deeper into the woods to find a camping spot, not knowing what awaits him.
All right, guys, so this is like, it's a big clearing and the trail is like right behind me. It goes both directions, this way and this way. So if you're allowed to camp off the trail, like I told you before, as long as you don't make a fire. So what I'm gonna do is, I like this spot because it's up on top of this like hilly area, and nobody, well, I don't think anybody would come up this way, even if they saw the tent, which I don't think they would see. It's pretty far down. So I'm gonna put my tent right here, get that going, and then I'm very tired, like I said before. It's still raining. I can't wait to get this tent up and get inside and just like lay down and get this backpack off.
After an hour of walking through the eerily dark forest, Doug finds a suitable spot to set up his tent. Exhausted from the long trek, he's eager to get to bed as soon as possible.
It's very quiet here, guys, like eerily quiet. The only thing I can hear is the rain hitting the leaves on the ground and the tent now. But I'm like in the middle of the woods. The good thing is I have a couple extra lights and stuff, and I think I'll be fine. So I'm gonna climb in and then talk to you guys for a little bit.
The tent is fully set up, and the rain begins to intensify. Doug grabs his camera to show his viewers the surroundings. While filming, a sudden eerie feeling washes over him, as though he's being watched. Trying to shake off the unease, he crawls into his tent, hoping for a peaceful night's sleep.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go to sleep, or try to anyway. All right, so good night. Wish me luck.
As Doug lies in his sleeping bag, he wraps up his vlog and decides to call it a night, exhausted from the long day. Little did he know, sleep would elude him.
I thought I heard footsteps. I'm gonna turn my light. I hear footsteps. There's something outside my tent, gun. I can see a light.
Just as Doug is about to drift off, the sound of footsteps outside his tent jolts him awake. At first, he brushes it off, thinking it might be an animal. But then, a flashlight cuts through the darkness.
There is somebody over there with a flashlight. They walked right by my tent, and now they're on down the trail. Oh my goodness, bro. My heart is beating so fast right now. But
Peeking out, Doug sees a person wandering along the trail with a flashlight in hand. The haunting question fills his mind. Could this be the same light he saw earlier? He decides to sit back in his tent, straining to listen, and hoping the footsteps will fade away. But they don't. Instead, they grow louder, drawing closer once again.
oh, I do see somebody outside. Okay. See, this is not right, dude. Like, if he is just gonna keep sneaking around here.
Doug knows he has to act. He steps out of his tent, his own flashlight cutting through the night. He calls out to the stranger, trying to figure out who they are and why they're here. But the man with the flashlight doesn't respond. Instead, he stares at Doug for a moment before suddenly turning and running away. Doug knew he wasn't safe out there.
You guys saw that. I'm not staying here. If he wouldn't even answer me, and he came back and like was just standing there, and then he took off running. I'm getting my shit. I'm getting the fuck out. Excuse me. I'm getting my stuff, and I'm getting the heck out of here.
Doug decides it's time to leave. Unsure of where the person went or what their true intentions are, he opts for safety over confrontation. Grabbing his gear, he begins making his way back through the dark, dense forest.
You know, I don't want to be followed out of here either, so I'm gonna be like a nervous wreck the whole way, and I don't want to use this my phone because to record the whole way, because I want to be able to call somebody if I need to. And my other phone died, the one that I was recording with, and the only one I have left now is this one. And I don't even know if I'm going the right way. I'm totally lost right now, bro. I'm kind of freaked out, but I'm gonna turn my camera off and just leave my light on, and then that way, if I need to use it, I can use it. But I've got this on my hand, and I'm ready to pull this bad boy out if I have to, because that was just very freaky. But I'll when I get off the trail, I will get back on here. So I'll be right back, guys.
Navigating through the dense, rain-soaked forest, Doug stays on high alert, constantly scanning for any sign of the stranger. On edge, he pushes forward, determined to get out as fast as possible. After a tense half hour, he finally reaches the edge of the woods. Relieved, Doug jumps into his car and speeds home, sharing his thoughts with his viewers once he's safely inside.
But I just, I didn't feel comfortable sitting there in that tent under those branches. First of all, and it was raining, and it's very late, and I'm tired as, I'm tired, and I just didn't feel comfortable going back to sleep, or even trying to go back to sleep, or staying there any longer, because whoever that was with the flashlight on the trail obviously wasn't. He kept walking back and forth, and I'm like, what's this dude doing?
Even after returning home, Doug is haunted by the experience. Why was that person wandering near his tent? What were their intentions? These questions remain unanswered. But one thing is certain: Doug is grateful to have made it out safely, and that the situation didn't escalate further. But the same cannot be said about the next video. This eerie video was captured by Adriana, a mother enjoying a fun family camping trip at a local park. The evening was filled with joy and laughter as her daughter Emily played on a swing, while her cousins took turns pushing her. Wanting to capture the happy moment, Adriana began recording, completely unaware of the unsettling presence her camera was about to capture.
Me bajé los pies.
Did you see it? Let's take a closer look. Zooming in, you can spot a tall, white figure lurking in the bushes. It appears to be watching the family, standing motionless before silently walking away. Strangely, neither Adriana nor her family noticed the figure at the time, as if it wasn't visible to the naked eye. It wasn't until Adriana watched the video later and spotted the figure. An unsettling feeling crept over her. She immediately showed the footage to her family, but no one had seen the figure during their outing. Confused and shaken, Adriana shared the video on TikTok, hoping someone could explain what she had captured. The clip quickly went viral, sparking all kinds of theories in the comments. Some viewers thought it might be the Rake, a strange humanoid creature. Others believed it was just a person. To this day, Adriana and her family still don't know what was watching them that day, leaving the story with an eerie, open ending. And the same can be said about this next and final horrifying video. This chilling footage was captured by Lucas, a father of 3 with a passion for the outdoors. Known for his love of hiking, Lucas often takes his family on scenic trails to enjoy the beauty of nature. But on this particular evening, their adventure took a terrifying turn. Their destination? Hummel Park in Omaha. The family decided to go for an evening walk after dinner. As night began to fall, the peaceful outing quickly turned eerie. Lucas's youngest daughter started to feel unsettled, mentioning strange noises creeping in around them. Even Lucas, a seasoned outdoorsman, felt something was off. A sense of unease he couldn't shake, and that's when they see it. A candle flickering right in the middle of the trail, Lucas started filming, and what he captured was truly horrifying.
Come on. What is what? Candles? Come here, let's check it out. There's a blood trail and a t-shirt. There's a bloody t-shirt. Whoa, whoa, wait a minute.
As they continued down the trail, more disturbing signs appeared. Candles placed sporadically and a white t-shirt covered in what looked like fresh blood. The scene gave the impression that some kind of ritual had taken place. The blood seemed fresh, suggesting someone might still be nearby. And then they saw it.
There's someone behind the tree!
Where? Where?
Right there!
Where?
Behind the tree!
What tree?
That one tree!
Which one?
That one!
Where?
Right there! Dad!
Which one? This one here?
What do you think we're talking about? There he is. Yeah, go over there. This is a prank, I know that.
Go, go. I just saw him. Go. Don't fall up the stairs. Oh shit, get your flashlight, hurry.
Standing behind a tree was a figure, someone wearing a mask, watching them. The sight was enough to send a wave of panic through Lucas and his family. Without hesitation, they turned and ran as fast as they could, opting for safety over confrontation. And that's when the video abruptly cuts off. Lucas uploaded the footage to his YouTube channel, Slabdog. Logically, it immediately grabbed the attention of viewers. Speculation erupted in the comments. Some questioned whether the incident was staged, while others expressed deep concern for the family's safety. Lucas addressed the skepticism directly, insisting that the video was not staged. He explained that he uploaded it in hopes of finding out if others in the area had encountered something similar. But so far, the mystery remains unsolved. That's all for today, folks. If you want to see more of this creepy content, click on the video on screen.